Welcome back to another episode of Motogp Mac, and today we're going to talk about what the hell is going on with Marquez. Now, this week in Mandolin K, Marquez came off the bike 4 times. Now, Marquez coming off a bike is nothing new. As you know, he does crash a lot, or he had a tendency to crash a lot before his injury. But this weekend, I don't know, there seems something very, very different with it. You know, and here I have kind of the 2 crashes within qualifying, same corner, same sort of crash, you know, lost the front and, you know, hit the ground and out of qualifying. But the warm-up one on Sunday morning, again, was a very, very frightening crash, and you can see it here from multiple angles. Coming into the corner, very fast corner, you know, the back end just came around and just launched him into the atmosphere, you know, and you could visibly see after, when he got up off the ground, he was visibly shaken, and it was definitely, in my view, the best decision for him not to ride in that Grand Prix. But we do need to understand what is the fundamental issue with Marquez. You know, we all thought, and he always said, and this is one of the things that I find very odd and strange. An interview before the season kicked off, you know, he said, you know, you only have one body, and even I think it was in Unlimited as well, he said, you know, you have only one body and you've got to take care of it. But his actions that are out in the track right now, and from the start of pre-season testing, are saying to the contrary. Also, I've noticed that when he does crash, he does favour that right arm, and if you look at the way that he tucks it in, more so than any other limb, it is definitely showing to me that there is still some issues there. But what are the issues and what are the potential fixes for Marquez? For me, the main thing is that Marquez likes to drive the bike on the nose. He likes to feel what the bike is doing by on the nose. You know, the mental saves that he used to do with his knee, the reason that he was able to save those is that he could feel the front of the bike before it actually went, or when it went he could feel it prior. He was getting a bit of notification that it was going to happen, therefore he was able to drive his knee in. And I think it was Haji said in commentary, you know, that some of the crashes that he had, he used to potentially save before. And I just think that's because he just does not have the feel of it. Now, this high side though, throwing this in, and look, I could have gone through the archives, there's a lot of Marquez crashes, but this one, you know, you could see the rear tyre let go, and Paul Espargaro was very open when he said that with the new casing that Michelin brought to this track for this weekend, because of the high temperature of the track, you know, at 67 degrees, they had to do something and err on the side of safety. The carcass of the tyre is very, very different, and being a rear-based bike, you know, they're not getting the proper traction out of that tyre. So Paul was saying, like, when they come out of corners, the tyre just wants to spin up. It just does not want to drive forward. And you could literally see it in Marquez's crash there today. That tyre literally just lit up and launched him. So what can he do about it? Well, they either try to engineer their way out of it, which takes time, and in my view, Marquez will have to start to learn when to take points and when to push over the limit. He had no reason, this was just a warm-up, he had no reason to be going 110% like he was. So he has to either start to learn how to ride within himself and understand, if you're going to get points today, you're going to get points, and that's it, you know. Not go full chat 100% of the time. He is one body, his body is fairly frail, I'd say, and I'd say he's feeling it today. So he has to mind himself in that manner. The other side of the coin is, you know, Honda could tell Mark, you know, you need to sit down and calm down for a while, we'll engineer the bike, put Bradle on the bike for a couple of weeks and just tell Mark, just go chill. Or the third option, I think, is that they could bring back the 2020 or the 2019 bike to suit Mark until they engineer their way out of it, if he doesn't trust it. And like, this is a big thing for me as a rider. You know, if you don't trust the front end of your bike, it is very, very hard to A, gain the trust, or B, go fast. Marquez is trying to force the issue, I believe, and all it's going to end up and do realistically is he's going to lose his confidence in it. It is very funny in the way that, like, I think the situation has completely reversed itself from last year. I think Pole couldn't trust the front of the bike to do what he wanted it to do, and needed it more rear bias. Now the bike is more rear bias. It doesn't suit Mark, and it does suit Pole a small bit. Again, tyres, I think the Mandalinka race was just an out there race with like track temperatures of 67 degrees. You know, that's going to melt anything. The surface is going to get fairly greasy, so they had to make sure that they were protecting the riders for the most part. But I do think, you know, if the easiest solution for me here is that they need, or Honda and Marquez's team need to talk to him about, you know, riding within himself for now. I know he's an 8-time world champion, but, you know, he can't be launching himself like that. You know, he is going to really seriously hurt himself. And, you know, I don't think there's many people get great pleasure in watching the crashes that happened over the weekend, if I'm very honest. But as always, I would love to know your thoughts. Leave them in the comments below, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another video. I just want to take a minute to also thank you for watching my videos and the support that you've shown so far. If you haven't subscribed already and you would like to subscribe, it would mean an awful lot to me if you did. I'm starting this channel realistically so that we can all enjoy Motogp together, with the aim of streaming a live video when the GP races are on.